took a ship from Naples, Italy to New York and went through Ellis Island. It was November 28th, 1959. And then we met my cousin there, and then we had tickets from New York to Grand Central Station in Los Angeles. We were limited there because we couldn't speak the language. My mom couldn't speak the language. She got a job downtown Los Angeles taking the bus there, got lost several times. We had to find out where the hell she was. Had to go rescue her. But back then it was different than now.
Yeah, of course.
Back then you could actually walk the streets in LA and everybody was polite. So we moved to North Hollywood in a one-bedroom apartment with a double bed and a bunk bed on the side of it. And me and my sister would jump off there and trapeze, and it was like the best time we ever had, I swear to God.
Yeah.
So it goes to show you that money don't mean anything to kids.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. As long as you keep them busy and you tell them you love them,
Yeah.
that's basically all you really need. I knew we didn't have any money, you know, so I wouldn't ask my dad to buy me a new bike and that kind of shit, because like, what for? Make it even worse.
Yeah.
So we lived in North Hollywood for a while, and then we moved to Inglewood because my father was working for a cabinet shop in the carpet union. They went on strike, and he couldn't understand strike. What do you mean you don't work? We got to work, man. He goes, oh no, we're not going to work because of this and this. You got to walk around with a sign. He walk around with a sign back and forth. What are you, stupid? And he goes, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up my own restaurant. So he starts looking in a restaurant for restaurants for sale in the paper. And he finds this restaurant in Westchester by the LA airport called Pizza Napoli. It was a little hole in the wall, 500 square feet. We bought it, he borrowed money, bought it, and we started working on it the next day. Started taking all the stuff out of there, cleaning everything up, and we opened up the door one day and people started walking in and started eating the food, and the word spread, and it turned out to be a line out the door every lunch. And from the first day we opened up, we made enough money to pay the bills. That was our first objective. We need to make money to pay the bills, so we don't go under.
Yeah.
And that worked. And then we just continued. We continued working. And then my father bought a house, and that was great. When he bought, we owned our own house. He had a car. We went on vacation, and from doing that, my father's American dream came true. We're gonna try to go and have a fantastic adventure. We're gonna go get some bait at the bait dock, go down the beach and try to catch some mackerel, some greenbacks. After we get the greenbacks, we're gonna head towards Catalina Island or San Clemente Island, depending on the weather as we go. So that's our game plan for this morning with a group of good fishermen, and we're gonna have a good time for sure. Maybe we'll catch some fish along with it. I've fished ever since I was a little kid. I liked catching fish. If there's like off the pier, I would just have a hand line, and catch a little perch off the pier when I was just a little kid. Because we didn't have enough money for a fishing rod. The only fishing rod I knew was a bamboo pole, the line tied at the end of it when I was a kid. But I would watch these guys with these reels that would wind the line in real fast, man. I'm going, man, one of these days I'm gonna get one of those reels. And my dad got one as we started fishing more often, and we got a couple of little spinning reels, and that was cool. We'd fish off in Malibu, off Paradise Cove, off the pier there in Malibu, which was neat. We had such a good time. I had great memories for doing that. The first time I heard of Lindell was around 30 years ago. There was a boat for sale in Long Beach, and it was a Lindell. It was a commercial boat. It was an albacore boat, and it had the outriggers. It had all the stuff. It had the glass freezer. It was a really nice boat, and I was really interested in getting it, except that it had 165 horsepower lugger engine. It only went 4 miles an hour, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. So I kept on looking at different types of Lindells that were commercial boats, and I liked them. I really wanted one. They were nice, fishable boats. And I just kept on looking. Then he started building this 36-foot boat for. It wasn't a commercial boat. It was a recreational boat. And I go, man, that is a bitchin' boat. It's designed exactly how I like it. It's built for fishermen. For Southern California, if I put a bait tank on it, so I go, I'm gonna call. So I called and I spoke to Frank. And I started talking to Frank and everything. I started talking about the boats, and I was looking at the 38-footer, and I go, that's not gonna work, man. I need to put a bait tank on it. He goes, well, we can stretch it 3 feet. I go, well, you can? Got my attention again. So now I'm thinking, okay, 3 feet man, this boat would ride great 3 feet longer, you know? And so I go, you know what? My kid's married well. I got some money. I go, Frank, hey, let's make a deal, man. I'm gonna get one of these. Because I just sold my Bertram, and it's been like, it was like 2.5, 3 years without a boat. So we pulled the trigger, and I bought this boat. And as they built it and everything, and then as we built it, we came across different ways of doing things like the bait tank and, you know, stuff like that. I wanted a tower on the top, and that's how I end up buying the Lindell. Oh, look at that fish, boy! You better get a harness for that one. Oh, there he is! It's a head shaker.
Got him, Vinny!
Yeah, it's a head shaker.
Is it a bus? No, that's a halibut.
Yeah, it's a halibut.
Oh yeah, that's a halibut.
Oh yeah.
Here's that. Here's that. The captain right here.
Here, move this rod here.
Okay. Oh, I'm getting the. There we go. That's more like it.
Now let me run him back. Let me run him flat.
I know he's one.
We got a real one, Jeff.
What do you got?
Probably 15, 20.
No.
What do you
It
got?
looks like it.
Halibut.
Nice fish.
Here he comes.
Ram out. Keep him laid out sideways.
He's dead!
There you go.
That's a nice one.
Let me mark this area.
Bro, that barely legal, dude. That's a 30-incher.
Great.
You asked what the best fish to eat around here? It's either going to be that or a white sea bass. Pretty much.
First halibut for Catalina this trip after 3 days. Pulled one at the very end on the 11th hour. Right on, man.
Woo!
Yeehaw!